Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Emeara here again today with Story Stitchers. We have Josh here with us today. Josh, thank you so much for joining us. Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know, you behind the scenes kind of guy, but you do a lot of Story Stitchers. So, give people a little bit, just tell them a little bit about yourself real quick.
Yeah, I'm a visual artist, originally from Baltimore, but have lived in St. Louis for around 6 years now.
Cool.
Actually going to college soon in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So that's my next adventure. But visual artists use collage, paint, so drawing, mixture of drawing and painting mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Avid reader, enjoy art at all intersections, music, reading, whatever. But also, I've gotten involved with Story Stitchers, I believe September of last year now, so going on a year. My mom just found y'all and invited me to come show my work, and we've been working ever since. So it's been fun getting to know everybody and continuing to grow artistically. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope, and it's definitely been amazing to have you here with Story Stitchers, and doing your thing. So just a little bit, like, what's something that's kind of kept you here at Story Stitchers? Because you said, has it been a year yet, or is it like almost a year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what's kept you, all these months, what's been that one thing that's like just been like, man, this is cool, or
I
like
think the
this.
sense of community that y'all provide has been it's been very helpful for me. Being around other Black creative people has been another huge help for me. Like folk I can relate with culturally and artistically, that's very hard to find nowadays. But that's been what's just kept me in your corner. And y'all found creative ways to use me, even though I don't rap or do do performing arts. So that's also kept me around and just seeing what else I can help y'all with.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. And like you said, you do draw. I think you're amazing, by the way. Man, so let's just kind of, I guess, talk about that a little bit more, because I remember days before all this quarantine stuff happened, you just come by with bulks of art, just here, what can y'all do with this? And I'm just like, man, this is amazing, you're just really driven and you're always creating. So I just want to ask, what keeps you motivated and what keeps you creating? How do you do that?
Yeah, I've asked that question a lot of what do I make art for? But it isn't really for any particular reason, but it's kind of for everything, all those things. But it's also, I think, just a way to process through things. Well, originally, I made a lot more art when I moved because I was feeling kind of lonely, didn't have a ton of friendships around me. So it was sort of my only, I didn't really go to the performing arts like a lot of people in my position would. I went to visual because, I was into comic books and stuff like that. And so I thought, hey, this is something I could try. So it was just something to cope and pass time with, and it grew. I got better and better as I kept making. And it's just become such a part of my identity that I can't really imagine not doing anything else. So it's just stayed with me for a long time. It's been since I moved here, I've been taking it more seriously. So it was a reasons.
Yeah, that's dope though. I can definitely relate. Just not feeling like you have anybody really in your corner or in your circle, so you got to kind of find something to gravitate to, so yeah, I definitely connect with that. And I also want to ask you, because I know we've been using some of your artwork, like you said, just trying to find creative ways to incorporate it. But we've been using your artwork on different covers of some of our podcasts that we've put out, and I'm pretty sure you've seen some of them. So could you talk about those a little bit?
Yeah, well, those particular pieces were made when I was 17. Yeah, basically like dealt with a lot of racial issues at my school, high school. And so ended up in a very deep depression, like horrible time period, suicidal tendencies, thoughts. And so to cope with it, like I just made art about it. And so that became like a series. Like I think I found like a whole stack of drawings in that sort of series. Another factor was that I read like the history of African American issues like lynching, slavery, concepts like that, and sort of connected experiences and histories to my own present reality. And so those art pieces are kind of a product of that like time period feeling of not going anywhere, of pain, of suffering. So there was a lot of use of like red. I used actually I have it right here, this watercolor brush to like do reds and kind of painful sketch marks. It was very gestural, kind of loose, not a lot of definite lines. And it's definitely a reflection of that time period, like in terms of intensity. I think since I was listening to so much hip hop music while I was working on these, there's a couple of references to it. I think there's like a Big Crit line I inserted in there, in one of the pieces, or I just found creative ways to kind of collage art and work together as well. And I definitely, like honestly, through the depression, I grew as an artist. So like I would be comfortable showing those pieces at a gallery, whereas some of my earlier work, I wouldn't be like, nah, this isn't good enough. But I felt, I reached a creative high in a lot of ways. And it's cool to see like something that's such a painful time period now be used for something greater or more positive outlet. So thank you for using it.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for letting us use it, man. That's crazy. And even your story is very, very powerful, I think that's kind of encouraging, not only to, young people, but to a lot of people, a lot of different people from different ages and backgrounds, just kind of seeing you, just instead of using all of that energy to destroy yourself, you used it to create and to build something, which I think is amazing. And you talked a lot about, a lot of racism, and I think, we know that is still relevant in this current day. And I want to ask you, with the current state of our country and our nation, has this, these events, have they motivated you in any way to create more things around those topics and those areas and that type of pain? Because you already kind of were creating it from your own, standpoint. Has it like, broadened your creativity?
Yeah, and yes and no. Like I was already kind of talking about these subjects even before all of this happened, but it's definitely an influence. I don't hide from like what, what's the influence of social media. Like I see things, I see all these problems.
Yeah. My
response has honestly been like a mixture of anxiety and paranoia. Well, at first numbness, like just again type of not wanting to address it. And especially with my decision to go to school soon, like these thoughts just kept being a part of my head. So I actually recently on my Instagram, I posted one where I like took a collection of different sketches of Black men, like stereotypes, issues, history. Now, state of like gang influence. I sort of put all that into all these pieces together and made this large drawing about it. But it's always been a subject in my work, and I think it's like just revealing an issue that's already been very prevalent in our culture. So I think, I hope things improve definitely, but it's definitely, it has influenced my art, to answer the question short, and how I think about making art.
So as an artist, because I know as a performer and a writer, I feel like a need to, you know, somehow bring change. Like, do you feel that with your work? Like, somehow you need to, like, if you're not out marching or you're not out protesting, like, do you feel like you show that in your work? Like, instead, like, do you feel that I guess not that burden, but that responsibility to, be a voice?
Yeah, well, like just off the offset, because of given a couple of psychological conditions, I can't do protests, period. Like, it's just not healthy for me. It's not helpful for people. Yeah. So absolutely, it's a space to like explore those concepts. Before, like, I used to be very vocal on social media, but I kind of slowed down on that and just made art instead of voicing my opinion through words, like voicing my opinion through what I'm making.
Do you just feel like a responsibility to, be vocal with your work about these subjects and these topics?
Yeah, and also the answer, I forgot this other part, like in regards to change, I don't always think about that, because I just kind of like, I put a lot of my issues and things I've struggled with, just like throw it out there. I don't always have I don't feel like I have the solution. I just know the problem. And so hopefully eventually I might get to a point where I think about real change and solutions, but I'm just more, the focus of my art is just to express those concepts and issues rather than come up with a solution. I mean, I definitely can imagine like a future which we're not dealing with these issues as heavily, but that'll take a while just given the conditions we live with. So yeah. I do feel like I have some type of responsibility to share art about these subjects that we're dealing with. Also like whether it's gang violence, whether it's police brutality, racial issues in the classroom across the nation, systemic issues. Like, I feel a responsibility to share those subjects and work and critically about them.
Yeah, dope. I was gonna ask, so what are some of your other favorite things to draw, or to make? What other things inspire you to make art?
So is that two questions? Like, what influences me, and then what else do I make?
Yeah, I guess okay. So.
Well, in regards to like what else I make, I've been working on sort of like I call it the soul verse, but kind of a storytelling narrative point in my artwork. That's been more prevalent. So it's like a long-term project, but just been making work in the same sort of narrative and universe. And I was actually influenced by another artist named Trenton Doyle Hancock that does the same thing in his paintings. So I thought about doing like illustrative art for a while. So I was kind of playing with comic book ideas, but now I've sort of thought I can do it with painting instead. And as in regards to who influences me, definitely Basquiat, no question, is my favorite visual artist. Just very improvisational, very unique way of making art and thinking about it. I look at a lot of modernists like Picasso, Egon Schiele, Philip Guston. I don't know who else. Oh, and another more recent artist named George Kondo as well. He's been a huge influence on me. He actually, for some of the Kanye, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy paintings, he actually made all of them. So that was some of my favorite artworks. But I try and look at everything. Like I look a lot on Instagram and save artists I like, or screenshot it just to save it for future reference. I'm always kind of looking for new artistic expressions, like whether that's a show, a video game, or whatever, reading a book, a comic, just different, anything that I feel is expressive, expressing emotion, I just look out for, try and absorb and dig up.
Okay, cool. I wanted to ask, did you have any artwork in the Wild My City project?
Yeah, a few. I think it was in the video and then a dancing one.
Oh yeah, talk to us about that one. The one with you and Anthony. Yeah, talk to us about that one. How did that all come about?
I think Miss C just wanted us, paired us together. It said, because she noticed my art was what she calls like figurative, which is like body movement. And so she kind of put Anthony my way, and I took a couple pictures and then just did drawings of him doing these dance moves.
Wasn't it one of the pieces that you were just talking about with the different black man faces on it?
Yeah, oh, the mask piece, yeah.
Yeah.
What's weird is like I forget I had that piece until y'all used it. Like one day it was like, oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I was so focused on like narrative, I wasn't thinking about other pieces. So I had a couple portraits, but I just made that one. I don't even remember why. It just kind of came about. And so I was grateful that y'all used it.
Yeah, I think that one is one of my favorite ones because you have a lot of pieces where I'm just like, man, you know, like, because you could tell that you're drawing from for a specific reason. Like each one of your pieces has, you know, its own purpose, you know. So that's what I really love about it.
It's like walking on a tightrope out here. It's a jungle, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could just tell you see you later, but that's called taking it for granted, 'cause we don't know. Post-traumatic, schizophrenic, take a trip with panic. Close to static, click a bandage, came to flip the planet. They caught him red-handed, 45, semi-auto. Death wishing on a mission like it's no tomorrow. He yellow tip dispense and follow, listen, pay attention. He bottled up with tension, off the whip, your day was sentenced. Looking for repentance and redemption in this cold world of sad reality for urban boys and girls who can't run from the sound of the clock. Rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, all my life, man, it's the same fight. I'm sick of things going bang in the night. Can't run from the sound of the clock. Rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, you know these bullets ain't got no names, right? Wish it was strange, you bang in the night. Was he maniacal? Tell me what's the impetus? Cause everybody present red rum on the injured list. How you play the judge, jury, bailiff, executioner? Yeah, got a problem with you messing the solution up. The pain and the poverty permeates the bloodstream. Full blown addicted to shooting like you a trigger fiend. What you mean, self-hating per usual? And if you see it differently, you're seeing it's delusional. The sound of the clock, rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, all my life, man, it's the same fight. I'm sick of things going bang in the night. Can't run from the sound of the clock, rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, you know these bullets ain't got no names, right? Wish it was strange, hearing bang in the night. Put the gun down, wasn't just another slogan. It's a way of life in the memory of the chosen. Mental health counseling, cause families are broken. And what can people do with all these pent up emotions? A whole lot of rage is the why of my city, bro. If you ain't living next to the ones who quit to spit 50, bro. Yesterday people lost some things, today get hit pretty close to home. Tomorrow all this might be gone. Can't run from the sound of the clock, rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, all my life, man, it's the same fight. I'm sick of things going bang in the night. Can't run from the sound of the clock, rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, you know these bullets ain't got no names, right? Wish it was strange, hearing bang in the night. We got the blood of the young on our hands, and if we stay divided, then you know we won't stand. I wish it was sweet, but on me it's plain scary. These cowards keep killing, I'm seeing babies get buried. It's necessary that you stay aware of your survival. Pick up an occupation, try to interrupt the cycle. Cause if we let depression and anxiety prevail, that means we fail to plan, so we planning to fail. From the sound of the clock, rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, all my life, man, it's the same fight. I'm sick of things going bang in the night. Can't run from the sound of the clock, rather get shot, bodies get found on the block. Just hit the ground but they pop, shooting for nothing, they wanna be down with the spot. Boy, you know these bullets ain't got no names, right? Wish it was strange, hearing bang in the night.
Could you say you're going to school to learn more about it? So are you going to be studying art?
Yeah, I want to do something in the art. I don't know which hustle I'll pick to do it, like whether that's teaching or selling or what type of avenue I'll go like make a living, but I'll definitely do an art career somehow, like pursue it. That would be like the major goal. And so school kind of help you figure that out. The professors are very good at this particular school I'm at. The professors are very incredible professors, so they'll kind of teach you about how to navigate. But those would be like the big things I'm looking forward to now. I'm showing galleries and museums. That would be like the ideal goal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I believe in you, man. You got the whole Story Stitches crew believing in you over here, so you got some people on your side, you know.
Oh yeah, thank y'all, man.
For sure, man. Again, man, I just want to say thank you. Pretty sure some people are gonna be looking at this like, wow, like, thank you, Josh, for those words of the wise, you know. You know. So yeah, again, thank you for coming on. I enjoyed having you Your stories are amazing. Your artwork is amazing. For everybody on here that's watching us right now, if you all want to, see more of Josh's artwork, or you want to just keep up with the organization as a whole, make sure you all go to storystitchers.org, and you'll see all the tabs for Story Stitchers for the new podcast that we have. And you can go listen to our podcast with Josh's artwork on it. That he so graciously let us use. So yeah, make sure y'all go to storystitchers.org, and we'll see y'all again soon. Thanks again for being here with us today, and we hope y'all staying safe, y'all staying blessed. Peace out.
Come stop and take a trip down on my block, where you see hidden potential, young minds sharper than pencil, and ain't afraid to speak their mind if they got something against you. We standing with you, we tackle issues like civic pride. Hate will cease to exist, let's put our differences aside. From my side to your side, from Dutchtown to South Side, from Penrose to North Side, from Benton Park to Old North to West End to West Side. We blessed when we step out, we stand down, rise up, stand together, wise up. They say who that, but you already knew that. That be them story stitches, story stitches, story stitches, story stitches, story stitches.